All right, good morning, everyone. I'd like to go and get started. We'd like to welcome Jackson Koivun to the Media Center here at the Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard. Jackson playing this week as a sponsor exemption, the Arnold Palmer Cup exemption, which you received by virtue of a vote from your peers from the 2024 Arnold Palmer Cup. Just maybe what it means to get that exemption, knowing it was from that vote from your peers.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely something really special to be voted on by my peers. There's a lot of really good golfers on that team, and for them to select me, it means a lot to be able to come out here at Bay Hill this week and try to go compete.
And just looking back at that week at Lahinch, obviously coming out on top, what was that experience like for you?
Yeah, definitely winning on international soil was awesome. We had really good connectivity between the team, and we fought hard for that win against the other side. They fought really hard, but to come out on top was something special.
And then shifting here to Bay Hill this week, you mentioned you played here a couple of times in the past. What brought you here, and what were the circumstances to getting to experience this place?
Yeah, I came out here probably 3 months ago. Of course, it's a little different than what it is now, but knowing I had the exemption, I felt like I should come out and play a couple times, and being able to come out and play definitely helped. But I played yesterday, and the course is truly something special.
Awesome. And then lastly for me, 18 points in PGA Tour University accelerated. Obviously an opportunity this week, making the cut. A top 10 would get you to that 20 points. Knowing you still have obviously a lot of time to reach that, how much is that on your mind when you get these opportunities to compete on tour?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to think about that, knowing going into an event, if I top 10, I can get my PGA Tour card. But just trying to put that in the back of my mind and go play like I know I can. And if everything falls into place, that's great. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to come out here and have fun.
Awesome. All right, we'll take some questions. Raise your hand. We'll get a microphone over to you. Start here with Brentley.
Jackson, how much inspiration do you take seeing what Luke Glanton did last week? And he kind of finally talked after he got the card last week about the pressure and just how much it kind of weighed on his shoulders. Do you feel any of that right now? And I guess just your thoughts on seeing what he did last week.
Yeah, I mean, I know Luke very well. He's a good person, and he works his tail off to go compete, and he's been playing really well. And it's great for him to get that card, and I'm happy for him. And I just knowing that I'm kind of in that same situation. I just have a little more time than he did. Just obviously, it's going to be weighing on me a little bit, but like I said before, I think if I can just go have fun and try to put that on the back burner, I think I'll play a little better.
Okay, let's go right here.
Mike Brodsky, Florida National News. Jackson, could you talk about the athletes that you looked up to as you were growing up, not just in golf, but maybe even in other sports as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to say the names like Tiger Woods and Arnold Palmer. Arnold Palmer had such a great legacy, what he stood for, and obviously his golf game was very, very good. And I really idolize Tiger's mindset. When he goes out, he tries to win, and he tries to beat everyone, and that's something not a lot of guys have, and it's impressive and something I try to do as well.
Good. Let's go right here to Dan.
How would you describe yourself emotionally as a golfer? I think we saw Luke. Luke is very demonstrative out there. You seem to be a little bit more level-headed.
Yeah, I try to play as level-headed as I can, try not to have the peaks and valleys. But I think every golfer needs a little bit of fire to get momentum going, and there's been some times where I've gotten a little hot, and but that's something I've tried to work on, just trying to stay a little more level-headed and try to stay even, not getting up or down on myself.
We're just going to go back to Brentley over here.
Where do you feel like your game is ready for the tour, and where do you feel like you're still needing improvement in terms of being out here?
I think there's little things here and there I could improve on if I want to get to one of the top players in the world. But I think game-wise, I think I'm ready to go out and compete. But I think it's just growing a little bit, maturing a little bit mentally that needs some work. And that's why, staying in college I think is a good idea for me. And, I think having 1 or 2 more years could really benefit me. Traveling week in, week out, it's definitely mentally tolling on players, and I think that's where I could improve on a little bit.
Right, yeah, Doug, right here.
Coming off a season like you had as a freshman, Jackson, what's the follow-up to that been? Has it been any difficult? Did you find expectations going higher? How do you deal with such a weird game like golf?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to grow expectations after last year, but I've talked with my coach, Coach Kleiner, and my swing coach, and a bunch of people about it, and just trying to go into every tournament not having as many expectations, not expecting to play like I did last year. But I think if I go in kind of just as free as I can be, I'll be able to go compete.
What was your senior year in high school like? Did you kill it there too?
I played pretty good junior golf as well. Senior year, between the junior ranks, I was ranked pretty high, and that definitely helped me grow momentum and maturity going into freshman year.
Good. Great. Any final questions for Jackson? All right, Jackson, best of luck this week. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.